Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. Tim Fielder back with a Tuesday edition, November the 18th edition of Live Drawing with Tim Fielder. I'm Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. So, a bit of an update. I have been banned from streaming to Instagram. Or something. We have to see what's going on here. I think because I killed up a few Klansmen is probably the reason why, but that's okay. You know, that's part of the job of a visual Afrofuturist is where when you're doing the work, you are trying tell stories that handle the intersection between technology, social circumstances, science fiction, speculative fiction, and race. And that can sometimes be very uncomfortable with people. And I understand that. That's why they call it Afrofuturism as opposed to just regular old futurism. But I'm here today. We're streaming to TikTok. We are streaming to Facebook. We are streaming to Facebook. We're streaming to both YouTube channels. It's ironic now that I'm streaming to TikTok. All of a sudden, I'm not able to stream to Instagram. So it's kind of crazy. I know the camera is crazy here, but the camera is crazy because if I tilt it, well, hold on, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Cool. So one of the things that I'm doing here is I'm trying to do it because I'm always constantly trying to do what I call micro changes, micro improvements to make the streams better. And you guys are here to see me draw and to do the things that I normally do. So what I'm going to do here, it's unfortunate about Instagram. I feel bad about that, but what you're going to do? What you're going to do? If you can't rock, you can't rock. There's no way I can get past that. But what I will do is to work with what I've got, and we will go from there. Let me just go here to my desktop. This is Tim Fielder, live drawing with Tim Fielder, author of Infinitum. This one down here, you guys can see that. That one there. Right, Infinitum Afrofuturist Tale. Then we got Maddie's Rocket. Yeah, this one here. Which is pretty cool. I'm working on book 2 now. And then we have a latest offering, the graphic history of hip hop with Walter Grayson, distinguished endowed chair at Macalester College, who's my writing partner. So we're doing our thing here. A lot of cool things coming, and feeling very positive about how these things are coming together. Let me try one thing here. We're on TikTok. So what we need to do here, let me see if I can do this. I rehearsed it. I'm not saying it's going to work. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do that. Yes. Now, I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to do it just like that. Now, let's see if on TikTok, if that is doing what we needed to do. I don't know. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then we ain't gonna worry about it. Let's see here. Oh, something happened. Oh no, they bumped me off. What happened there? I don't have any idea. Did they bump me off? I don't know if they bumped me off there. Your live viewers are waiting. Go back to oh, nope, that didn't work. I thought that would have worked. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? I do not know what to do now. I thought I looked into the whole flip screen thing, and I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's not good. That's not good. We're not going to pause live. I'm not going to pause it because I don't want to mess up with too many things here. But let's see here. Let's go with a camera here. Is that the camera? Nope. That's not what we want. Hang on one second. I'm going to here. Nope. No, we don't want to share that. I want to do this. I want to flip our camera and the camera mirror your video. Where would I mirror my video? No idea how to do this. See, flip camera, live GIFs, which we'll be getting to, mirror your video. suppose I could do that, mirror the video, but why would I do that? I'm trying to mirror what's happening on my desktop here, which I thought I had done. But no worries about that. All right, so I'll just talk while I'm drawing. Again, if you guys want to see me draw, you can see me draw on Facebook. You can see me draw on Substack, YouTube, LinkedIn, Kick, and Twitch. You can see me talk on TikTok. I'm gonna eventually figure this out, guys. Just bear with me here. Bear with me. Let's see here. One other thing I can do here is let's see here. Not going to be able to pick that up there. Let's see here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to pick that up for right now. Okay, so we're on a desktop here, and we've done a lot of Hi-Jon work here. I needed to get a lot of Hi-Jon work done and out of the way, so that I could focus on doing my other work. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, I used to really get on myself about, oh man, things have to be done this way and not the other way, where when you realize they have to be both. And what you're really doing invites you to co-host with 2 other creators. Right now, I'm going to decline. Not that I don't want to, it's just that I do not have my act together. But I will do that. Okay. All right, we're going to turn that off for a moment here. TikTok is pretty cool. Once I get my cameras and stuff worked out, I'll be much better on this. But this is very much a multi-tentacled thing, broadcasting to all these channels at the same time. It's a lot. All right, so very quick, we'll have a review of what's happening with Hi-Jon, and then we'll get to some other stuff here. All right, so you can see here, I had actually done quite a bit of Hi-Jon stuff over the years, going back and forth. Some of the stuff will be obviously I'm repurposing it to feature in future episodes, which is fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. But I needed to sort of get myself in a space where I could produce something that would have how would I say? I needed to have a bit of drama to it, and you'll see. So these are just all, and also to show you guys here. Look at this. See how much work I've done. These are all breakdowns. So much work has been done in this thing. This thing is ridiculous how much stuff I've done. So you can see here, there are some pages I have pretty much mapped out in terms of action. And then there are some pages where they are mapped out, but it's like I don't have all of it mapped out, but I have, like, say, sort of like images that will work. In this particular case here is a kind of a brute. You got the overgrown brute, which you have to have. Sort of like a Frankenstein, but not as lanky as Del Toro's version. But you can see here I've mapped these type of things out here. See? And this is just quick action sketching here. This is how this guy, he's huge, and they're fighting against him. So it's a lot of kind of things happening there, which I will be able to show. But anyway, let's go to this here. So as you can see, I've done a lot of research work over the years on this thing here. You guys have seen these episodes here. All these things here are already up. Episode went live today. I think it was episode 14 or 15. I forget which one it is. But we now have everything mapped out, as you can see right here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. And then here below this, we should have, hold on, we got all that stuff mapped out. I'm also getting things down to a science now, where things are a little bit more organized. So I have here 13, which went live today. Well, no, 14 went live today. So I got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have for the next, what is that? Today's 1, 2, 3, well, hold on, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So another the rest of this week and most of next week already mapped out, and I actually have the title sequence for the next episode sort of done already, which will be chapter one. So and some of that stuff I've been working on for a while now. So that's not so much a big deal. I'm good with that. So we'll have to work it out, and feeling very very happy with the way that things are coming together. I'm getting much better with the software VizCom and Photoshop, obviously, and Clip Studio Paint. So doing some good work that I feel great about there. One of the things I will do now that we have this here open, and today I'm gonna get off today around, I guess, around 6:15, attending a event again tonight at the MoMA. My oldest brother has his gallery show happening there at the MoMA, and Carl will come pick us up and take us there. So it'll be good. My mom is in town, and one of my siblings is in town for that. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. We got a. All right, what's going on here? We got a call in here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hey, I'm live streaming. I can't talk right now. I'll call you back. Okay, enjoy. Bye. Bye. All right, so I had to do that. Let's see here. What else we got here? Boom, boom, bam, 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 bam. Whoa. Click here to reload player. Okay, we're good. Oh. All righty. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. And then we kick. Kick is still going there. All right. Sorry, just had to check that out for some reason. There's so much stuff. There's so many different things I'm managing here, so it's all good. All right. Enough of that. Let's take out and start drawing here. I wish there was a way I could stream my desktop onto my TikTok iPad here. There's TikTok here. There is Kick and everything else here. And of course Instagram. I'm on a bit of a timeout for Instagram, as I said earlier. YouTube is still going, so that's good there. So we'll be okay. All right, so let's get here and do a little warm up because I do want to get into some drawing today. All right, so this is good. You can see here I have everything laid out. I have future episodes laid out for that, which will be great. Feel good there. Some of these things will, because what I ended up doing is I started, this is the next chapter here, so you guys can see that. What I had done was I actually started with this one, chapter one, first. And just as I was getting into it and I was going to launch, I suddenly had the idea to add this prologue, which I'm so glad I did that because it sets the vibe of the story. And I think I'm good with that for right now. Okay, let's see here. So we got that. That's good. This is good. All righty. And I think we can rock with that. We can rock with that. We can rock with that. All right, so that's good. That'll be good there. All right, now let's go here. Let's go to one of our pages here. Because now what I'll be doing is just like this right here. I feel good about a lot of that there. Feel good about that. Probably need the lettering on this, but for right now, we'll call that page largely done. This one here has some major league issues going on. So let's spend a little time seeing. And again, working like this allows me to work much faster. So this story that I'm doing, at times where it's told vertically, and then at times where it is told horizontally. So you'll be flipping the book around, and I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. All right, let's go here. What do we got? Let's see what we got here. We've got... Okay. Yep, so these things that when I used VizCom before, that worked pretty good. So these are my ink line drawings here. I like the way that looks. I may switch a few things around, but that's okay. I may switch a few things around. We will see what happens. right, we got our border there. That's good. Yep, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now, let's see if we can go through this very quickly and tone. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Let's go to Wacom Center. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. We have some issues with our Wacom here, which is acting up a little bit. Okay, I don't know why it's acting up, but let's see what we can do. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do here. Should I wait? Hang on one second, guys. You gotta figure out why this is acting up now. What happens is when you, what I did before was I took my Wacom tablet and I did my adjusting display settings. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do touch and gestures. Want to do, okay. We're good there. Display settings, start. All right, so we're just rebooting this right here, trying to get this working correct. Because it's what it is. The tracking is off now, and I think it was because when I set up everything with the mirroring, that kind of went a little crazy. Which makes me wonder, however. Hang on one second. Let me see one thing here, however. Let me go back here. Let me go back to system settings here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go to displays. And what I'm going to do is I am now, since this mirror, because I thought I could stream and show what was happening on my iPad. So since that's not working, I think what I'm going to do, let's see here. I think what we're going to do is turn this off, stop mirroring. And if that works, we want to eliminate that. I'm going to turn off iPad. I want to disconnect the iPad. Okay, there we go. So the iPad is now disconnected. So maybe what that might do is give me back a little bit of, yes. No. Yes? All right, let's see what's going on here. Ah, God. All right. Boy, it's a mess when this stuff right here when it doesn't work as well. Let's go back here. Try to go to system settings. We'll try again. We'll go here, display. This is, looks like it's gonna be one of those days, guys. Let's see, go here. I think we were good. Gonna add here to iPad 4. Yeah, there we go. We'll just leave that there. Now let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yes, please. No, didn't work. Yep, I'm gonna say that I am very disappointed with the new drivers for the let's restart our driver. Okay, so it's restarting. Okay, that's working there. We'll close that. All right. Will it work? Let us see, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now we're going to go here to this guy. Yep. All right, I think we're all right now. That was distressing. All right, so we got this here. We're good there. Now we need to go in. Let me just duplicate this just to be sure. We're going to duplicate this layer here. Going to go here. Now, as you can see here, there is quite a bit of distortion in this guy's face, but that's okay. We don't mind that. And also my keyboard here is having a bit of an issue. Yeah, guys, sometimes these things happen. Let's see how we're going to do this. How are we going to resolve this issue? Oh, my goodness. Let's go here. All right, let's see if we can do it here. All right, I got this one here. We got that one. All right, so one of the things that's happening is my keyboard is conking out a little bit. So we're going to do this. Take this out here. Pop this. Oops. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, that was weird. All right, let's put this down here. All right, we're going to try it one more time here. Okay, we got that. And then we're going to pop this cord in here, and we're going to see if we can get a little power. Because what it is my keyboard may have been out of power there. All right, let's try this again here. Okay, we're good there. All righty. Let's take our brush. Make that point there a little bit bigger. All right, keyboard on. Command D. Deselect. Okay. All right, so we do have some kind of marking here. Let's go here to undo. Are we good there? This will be a little weird until this charge comes back up here. I don't know why my mouse is acting a little weird. One of those days, guys. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. Let's see here. We'll just leave it plugged in for now. All right, let's go here to brush. And we want to, if we can, to take that size up there a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's good. We will zoom in. Turn down the space bar there. Okay. Now that looks pretty good, but what I want to do, let's create another layer here. And what we're going to do here is zoom in a little bit. Try our best to zoom in a little bit. There we go. And we will pan this around and take that up there. Okay, now I'm just doing a little touch-up work here. Again, I draw my images out. I then use VizCom to add in rendering and elements like that. But then I have to go in because I want the hard edge lines to still retain. So you can go here, brush. I think I'll take this kind of light brush there. All right. Let's take a brush size a little bigger. Yep, right about there is good. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Boom. Bam. Just a little bit there. Now, just a little bit on the nose. Yeah. The eyesight here. Just a little bit of, just a smidgen. See how that's doing now? All of a sudden it's taking the kind of illusion there. That's good. Just a smidgen here and there, not too much, because I do want this to kind of a segue to something darker. All right, not bad. Now I'm just going to go here a little bit, and I'm using like white highlights or off yellow highlights, and the reason why I'm doing that is because this will be smudged to that. You see what happened there? How that happened there with the thing. I know a lot of folks are like, what is he doing? Can't see the screen, but don't worry about it. You guys will be in on it soon enough. Now, why is my mouse not working? That is so freaking weird. All right, let's go up here, I think, and try to figure out what's going on here. We're going to go to System Settings. Okay, Bluetooth. Magic Keyboard is connected. That is weird. Oh, maybe what I need to do is that. So I have multiple keyboards. Because I actually have two keyboards, believe it or not. So let's see here what happens here now. Good there. Anyway, so we got this. Now let's. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. We need a little bit of the lip action happening there. There we go. Kind of press a little bit harder to get ourselves a more dynamic highlight. See? When you add those kind of things in to see what that's doing to the face. There we go. Yep, again, I'm not trying to get super duper fancy with this stuff. It's already fancy enough. I'm not trying to do anything that's so overly rendered that it loses its context. It is ultimately in its core action adventure strip. Kind of violent, you know, very much a la Richard Corbin. That's one of the things I'm especially proud of. I think I've kind of hit my Corbin-esque feel. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yep, that's good. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow, that's dope. All right, so that's good. Now we need to add a. That's good there. Now I'm going to add one more layer. Watch this. But this time, I'm going to go to white. And I'm going to hit that with this. Now let's zoom into these eyes a little bit here. There we go. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep, that's good. So I like that. I would say that that image there mostly is done. You see how how, let's turn this off so you can see what happens. First, it's kind of there. When we do that, that's pretty good. Now I could bump that down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. And this one here, let's go to. Hang on, let's see what's happening here. Okay, that's good. I can live with that. So we will call this image here done for today. All right, so we're going to say File, Save. And we're going to come back to all that right there as we keep going and we do what we need to do. All right, now let's go to Photoshop. I'm sure that's yeah, that's none of that stuff is there in terms of the comment because I've been working on the other stuff for a while now. So I'm going back to the comment here. Let's go to Le Cometa. Oh, let's see here, 5:19 Eastern Standard Time. Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I'm here today to show you guys a little bit of how the sausage. Follow me or I keep spamming you at Carter Cash. Huh, interesting. So it's a spam like what? You just keep filling up the thing? That's weird. Anyway, whatever. Hey, I'm still learning this stuff. Anyway, let's see here. Go to the comment. All right, now we need to go to comment breakdowns. Let's see, is this it? Maybe. Yes, that is the breakdowns. Let's have a quick review of this. There. So these are all the pages. Some pages are done, some pages are not. Everything is a little bit clearer in terms of what it's going to be. I'll have to move things around. Yep, always liked how the storytelling this was acceptable to me. Felt good about that. Very soon I'll be asking Arthur McFarlane, the great grandson of W.B. Du Bois, to come in, and I'll give him another update. Oh wow, wow, there's a lot of stuff I did on this. Jeez, I think are we almost at 80 pages? What's it at 40? It's a lot of pages. A lot of pages. All right, so we're gonna go back here. See how we're gonna do this. That would be .psd because that was .psd. The breakdowns were done in Photoshop mostly, but now I need to find those breakdowns. Oh, there we go, right there. Now, what I've been questioning is whether or not the breakdowns were tight enough for this to where what I've been questioning whether or not the breakdowns were tight enough for this to actually showcase a bit of how would I say that? I question whether or not the breakdowns were tight enough to be acceptable. The sketches were tight enough to be acceptable for the actual finished breakdowns. Let's go here. Let's go to open. There we go. So that should open. Let's see here. Let's see what's happening with Photoshop. Oh, that's because Photoshop is right there. Okay, we got it. We got it. All right. I mean, a lot of stuff that was done with this. Jeez. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? So if you look at this stuff, some of this stuff, the breakdowns are quite okay. I'm going to have to put in some lettering. But in theory, what happens is because these breakdowns are so, they're tight and so on and so forth. One, they're great for me. I can follow them, but I have to see if my editor can follow them. So we got this right here for now. It's Tuesday. Right, that's right. She's in they're in the telephone building. He goes in. She's waiting outside. She comes in and she's wondering what's happened. Then she's there and she notices no one comes up. Okay, this is good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to go to right there. All right, let's go to comment. Oh, wow. Look at that. That came up. This right here was back in the day when I was entertaining about becoming a journalist for comics. And I realized I didn't want to do follow me or I keep spamming you. Is this A-Lo 99? Carter Cash? Who's Carter Cash? Okay. Let's see, we're going to keep going here. We're good here. Blue flame sputtered lazily. Okay. There we go. So you can see here, this is 100 pages. The way I've mapped it out here, it goes to like 130 pages. But I think I'll probably end up adding a bit more. Okay. Getting there. Getting there. We're right off in here. She been on the wheel and sob. Cable officers wealth and prosperity. Okay, yet as the two flying along looked above, Peninsula gradually a sense of all-enveloping death deserted them. Okay, let's keep going here. There we go. Right. She said, stupidly staring into the black and sarcastic mouthpiece, and the thought came again. Hope lay dead within her. Yes, the cable and the rockets remained. The world she could not frame the thought or say the word. It was too mighty, too terrible. So what happens, these two people are the only folks left in New York City. So they're trying to make contact with people and they go into the switchboard room back in the 20s, 30s when they had that type of thing. The switchboard would be set up, and that's where you see in old movies where they're plugging in phone calls. So that's what she's trying to do, trying to make contact with people and no one's answering. So that's one of the things that's happening here. So she runs off here. So we got to figure that out. The only thing I'm thinking that might happen is, because what I find that happens is if I do something, I reach a wall, I know it's time to stop. Because when I stop, what ends up going down is I'll take a break, then I'll come back to it, and then I'll be able to look at the shot with fresh eyes. It's quite fascinating the way it works. All right, let's go here. So we're now going to close that. We're going to go here. Let's see. And one of the things I also realized I could probably do is once these very loose breakdowns are done, I probably, instead of, because what I want to do is reduce the amount of redrawing I have to do. And some of these drawings are tight enough now to where, I mean, I'm going to have to redraw the final drawings, obviously. But I have my base compositions together and all that. So I think, in theory, what I could do is to do them tight enough so that when it comes down to doing the final drawing, I'll just redraw everything else a little bit better. This is here what where is it? 104, 79. Right here, she must escape. Right? Right there. See? For the first time, it seemed to realize that she was alone in the world with a stranger. Something more than a stranger. All right. Her voice dropped to a sob. She said, stupidly staring into the black and sarcastic mouthpiece. And the thought came again. All right, now here's where we're going to go, right here. Let's take our pen. Yep, that's good. Now, what tends to happen is that people back in the day, they would hold stuff like that, and that mouthpiece would be there, right? Yet the cable and the rockets remained, but the world she could not frame the thought of and say the word. It was too mighty, too terrible. She turned towards the door with a new fear in her heart. But the first time she seemed to realize that she was alone in the world with a stranger, something more than a stranger, with a man alien in blood and culture, unknown, perhaps unknowable. So that's where that is there. So here, it was awful. She must escape. She must fly. He must not see her again. So what I'm going to do here is this. Yes, that's why I love coming back to this stuff. Watch what I'm going to do here. Whoops. What did I do there? There it is. Watch this. I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to put him right here, kind of sort of like this. Yep. There we go. Hey man, everything good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I had all these dirty clothes together.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. That's my sibling here for a bit. What's up, cat? What do you want? What do you want? He's an old cat. Our cat is very, very ancient. Come here. He's ancient. We've had him for God, going on a decade now, but he was already old. Got here. There we go. So that looks pretty good. Now, was he looking at her or away? Okay, that's good. I like that. All right, this is going to be a little weird. Let me take this here. Man C. Man V. Backspace. Whoops. Why'd I do that? Okay, there we go. Let's take this here. Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do here is something I think, because I didn't think I wasn't sure what to do with this full page here, but I think I know what I'm going to do now. Watch this, guys. So here's where she's talking at the phone booth. I think what I can do this. So I want to move her up here. There we go. Yes. So instead of using a full page for that, I'm just gonna go here. So now you can look there. See? Now that's go. Also, just for the purpose of it, I was speaking with Jamie Mustard, the author of Hybrid, from Street Noise Books. They have just been released formally today. I was just showing my brother Hybrid. I was honored for them to ask me to do the cover blurb for it. I would encourage everyone to go out, get the book. Hybrid is pretty cool. It follows sort of in the vibe of the kind of single, fully rendered illustration piece, and I kind of like it. Kind of like it. It's kind of cool, kind of cool, kind of cool. All right, YouTube is going strong. Okay. Facebook is going strong. I did do that thing there. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see. LinkedIn. Hello, LinkedIners. How you guys doing? And of course, Instagram. Instagram is the one that you know, that's pretty amazing how that works. Pretty amazing how that works. But I did push back on the this restriction. They took down 1 or 2 episodes, and now what I'm going to do is we're going to see. Let's see. Okay. So has taken when your account features you can't use. I can't go live. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can inform me after you review your restrictions. And I said that. Didn't follow our guidelines or suicide or self-injury. What did they talk about? All right, let's see here. This goes against community standards on suicide, self-injury, or eating disorders. Now, for you guys who don't know, what happened was the story takes place in the antebellum period where a guy is being lynched, right? Like so many people have been historically over the years, people of color. So I show that, right? And the Hydron character comes out of the forest behind where they're lynching this black man, and he rescues him. But because that's amazing, right? You can have people all saying all kinds of rancid stuff, but I put that on there. That's against community standards. Quite fascinating. You see, I mean, I get it, but you know, I think what happens probably, we'll see. What the rule says here. Example of things we don't allow: certain graphic imagery in real-time depictions of self-inflicted harm. There was no self-inflicted harm. Sharing something that experts tell us that may influence the way people think about harming themselves. Really? That's weird. So why have superhero stuff and any of that stuff? Content that mocks people who are publicly known or implied to have experienced suicide. Yeah, that has. That definitely has nothing to do with what I've done here. Okay. So we got to go back here and do that. $182 left to request a review. Features you can't use. Wow. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is contest this. I'll probably write in. Pretty interesting to see. Anyway, let's get back to this. That's what are you gonna do? So this page here, I think what I'm gonna do now. He found, was he looking at her or away? So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to take this one here. And I'm going to get rid of the black background here. I mean, I like what it was because it was supposed to show how alone she was, but I think there's other stuff that I'm doing here that gives me the opportunity to.
Okay, give us the date. Be there about 10 minutes.
All right, let's see here. So here she is at the booth. That's interesting. That's the person I hadn't heard from in a long time. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I won't be paying attention to that. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's erase here a little bit, clean that up just a little bit. You can see here. So she's at the booth here. There we go. See? All right, this is good. All right, she simply leapt and ran. So, ran until she found herself alone amid the dead and the tall ramparts of the body. Yes. She stopped. She was alone, alone in the streets, alone in the city. Yes. Okay, moment she left the door. So he must not see. It was all. She must escape. He must not see her again. Who knew what awful thoughts? Skirts deftly about her young, smooth limbs. Listened. I was dropped to sob. She said at the mouth. She turned towards the door. For the first time, she realized that she was alone in the world with a stranger. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here, gonna leave that. Yep, I think we're good there. Yep. And that's the thing, when you're doing these kind of stories, you're breaking them down. Sometimes descriptions can be so abstract that you can take artistic liberties by keeping the faith of what the writing was suggesting, but then kind of take it in a slightly different direction. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that shot there. That's good. Yep. So that's good there. here, she's looking over her shoulder, like so. Yep, that's good there. And she has one of those Louise Brooks kind of bob haircuts, very 1920s. There we go. I'll have him looking at her sort of like that. Let's see, so we're going to do this. Got the knob here and got her hand there holding the phone device. Alright. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put 3 panels on the bottom here. I think it's time to repeat, because you got 3 panels here. These 2 guys, I think I'm going to do 3 panels here. Let's take this. Oh God, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, there we go. There we go. I think I'm going to put this in the middle right there. Yeah, this will be a good character thing here. So we'll take this. You see our hand here. Yep. And her bob. Yep, there we go. See? There we go. There we go. All right. Here. And then we have the thing again here. Her hand. And I'll bring that down just like that. And then we'll go here. So she's looking behind. Let's see here. What I'll do here is this. So this is a guy here behind her, listening to her talk on the phone. Obviously, everybody's pretty distraught here. What's up, cat? Anyway, so it is now 5:44, and there we go. Yeah, that's good there. That's great. Look at that. See that? So she kind of makes a full turnaround there. And then here, kind of looks down here at her. Yep, that's good. There we go. Then he should leave. Kind of turn around like so. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is this. This will be good. Watch this, guys. Watch this. I'm going to take this here. space right, so that should be right there actually. What I'm going to do, let's do this again. Oops. So I'm going to get rid of that there, because this shot here kind of mirrors the shot here. So watch this. Go there. Oh yeah, that's good. And then he turns away from it. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Gives an opportunity to Yep. All right. Whoops. Yep, we got it right there. All right, that's good here. So you can see here he's turned away, right? As a matter of fact, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take him here and make him a little smaller, so what he will actually be doing is walking up on her. Like so, yes. There we go. Good. Now, just do one last thing here, because we want to leave a little bit of room for the lettering that would go in this sequence here. There. Yep, that's good. Much better. See what I'm saying? How that time away from things sort of frees you up a bit. Wow, look at that. It's amazing how that comes together there. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding something that was only implied in the sequence, meaning she's by herself working the switchboard. And then it becomes apparent to her when she's like this. Okay, so that's great, right? That's good. Now, here, that's good there, because it'll be here where she's kind of, I had that kind of shot before where it was her by herself, where she's in that room and she is trying to make contact with the outside world, right? So yes, that is pretty good. That's a good page there, right? Great. Now when she runs, it was awful. She must escape. She must fly. He must not see her again. So what I'm going to do here is this. Instead of her running to the left, I'm going to take this here and I have her running to the right, away from him. Yes. See how that works there? Yes. And that's good. All right. Hello, Eugene Servant. I don't know if anybody's watching right now. That's okay. I know you guys like, what is he working on? You can't see that right now because I haven't figured out the technical issue of how to showcase what I'm doing on my laptop on TikTok, but I'm working on it. Maybe I can figure out a fix before this week is out, because TikTok is essential to what I'm doing. Same as Instagram. This Instagram mugs have kind of annoyed me though a little bit, because it's like, oh guys, I say all kinds of rancid stuff on there. So you show some comic book violence, all of a sudden that's too much. We all, Lord have mercy. Anyway, so we will see what happens here. We will see what happens. So for now, we're gonna keep rocking on this. I'm gonna do this one page, and I think it's gonna be time because I'm not gonna stream that long tonight. I've been going now for about an hour, a little bit over an hour. I'm gonna stream for about 10 more minutes. I think I'm gonna finish out this page here. Yeah, that's great. So now when I do it, what we're doing here, it's like unlike the first part of this story here. I'll just show you guys what I mean here. Each of these characters has the opportunity to kind of see their aloneness, if you will. Right? So in this particular case here, watch this. So we went through, remember all that stuff where they were trying to find the house and all that, but then there was a period where my dude was by himself. It went to that. And now I'm sitting up here thinking, oh, that I need to have that, but for her this time. That is the way. So that is the way. Okay, it's something I was talking with Paul Karasik about, who taught me at SVA. They trained me to utilize some of the storytelling techniques of Ernie Bushmiller, who was really, I mean, his art style was really very clean, very iconic. He wasn't a realist illustrator, but that man knew how to tell a story, and he knew how to use pattern recognition and repeating themes to move a reader along in the story and to hook them. And it's something that I've aspired to try to do ever since. I mean, I kind of did it already, but when I saw that, I went, oh, that's how you do it, right? We didn't have the advantage when I was growing up of having understanding comics and stuff like that. So pretty crazy. Anyway, so let's go here. Let's see here that we gotta get rid of this because people are trying to contact me here. So we're gonna move that over here. All right. It's now 5:53, so I think we're rocking and a rolling. Check one other thing here. Whoops. Let's go here. Whoops. Oh, what is going on there? Oh, that's like that's weird. Am I what am I streaming here? Email coming up there. Okay, I think we'll be okay here. Let's see here. Close that off. Okay, let's see what's going on, guys. Go here. All right, still rocking. For some reason, we're still rocking. Okay. So, reduce that. Ooh. Let's get this down here, guys. There we go. Minimize that. Okay, there we go. So we're good here, and we're going to minimize that because we don't need that open. Okay, great. All right, so now you can see here, this is where we want to. Wow, it's amazing what happens. You just step away from a second and look what happens. So you go here. Now I'm going to get rid of this here. Watch this, guys. Boom. Great. Now I can move these guys here up. Like so. Move those right there. Yep. Then, and D, we'll take this. Okay, now we'll move this up ever so slightly. Yes. Now I will take this here. right there. So what happens in this shot now, and this is the incredible thing. So you go here, she's there by herself. He's there looking at her. She knows he walks away, and she becomes distraught because it dawns on her that she is by herself. But that's where this comes along. So we want the shot here with her running like so, kind of distraught by herself. So that shot mirrors the other one. So that's a full page there. And we can use a lot of that, right? A lot of that dialogue there. So that's good. Now, we can, amazing the way this works, we can take, let's see, we're going to take this. Okay. Right there. I'm going to go here. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, guys. Oh, wow. Look at that. So, here's what happens. So, we see her running. And then he eventually... All right. So, he comes up to her and he takes her hand. She looked behind and sideways, sorted out at strange sounds, and heard still strange until every nerve within her stood sharp and quivering. Stretched to scream at the barest touch. She whirled and flew back, whimpering like a child, until she found that narrow alley again and the dark, silent figure silhouetted at the top. She stopped and rested it. Then she walked silently toward him, looked at him timidly, but he said nothing as he handed her into the car. Her voice caught as she whispered, "Not that," and he answered, "Not that." Okay, this is good. So now what we will do, and this is where their relationship begins to kind of build, because it's suddenly dawning on them that, oh my goodness, we're the last people left on earth. Hey man, you need me to help you get down?
Maybe so, man.
Okay. All right, guys. With that, let me shut this down. Y'all take care. I got to help my mom and brother get downstairs for the show. Take care. Stay out of trouble. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.